Hey everybody, it's me, Liam Carnahan from Inkwell Content, and I'm here to do another keyword speed run. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to take a topic that my client has requested, and I'm going to show you exactly how I would do the keyword research necessary to make sure that I can write a piece of content that's going to pull in organic traffic for my client, or myself, or whoever it is you're writing for. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to try and do this as quickly as I can. Last time I think I did it in like 12 minutes. So this time we're going to see if we can do it similarly quickly. But what I wanted to show you first is this. This is the term that they have asked me to look into. My client said, can we write an article about managing up? The only research I did was to Google it to make sure I understood what it was all about. So this is just a quick definition of what is managing up, so you know what we're talking about today. In a nutshell, most career experts agree that managing up is a method of career development that's based on consciously working for the mutual benefit of yourself and your boss. Basically, it's kind of like trying to be a good, helpful employee and thinking consciously about your boss and what they need and what they want and trying to work with them so that everybody's happier at work. Sounds like a fascinating topic for me. So last time, what I basically showed you was I hopped into my keyword explorer and I started just plugging in terms about the keyword that I was looking for, the topic that I was looking for. Before, maybe you were looking at that video and you thought, well, how do I know what to Google and how do I know what to enter into my Ahrefs or SEMrush, whatever tool you're using to look for keyword ideas. So I wanted to show you just a couple free tools that I use to kind of get the juices flowing, to get me in the right mindset. And these you can use as well. This first one here is called Answer the Public, answerthepublic.com. Maybe you've used it before. You just go in here and you enter your keyword. This only is for, oh geez, I had it here set to the, let's have a look in the United States. That's where my client is based. But what you do is when you hit, oh, look at that, I did the maximum number. So you get one search a day, so make it good unless you want to pay for Pro. I did it earlier though, just like those cooking shows. I put it in the oven earlier. And this, you can see what it happens when you do this. Now it spits out a bunch of data that kind of tells you maybe what some people have been searching, managing up a good thing. What does managing up and down mean? And it just kind of, it gives you these visual layouts of other topics that use those keywords that you have entered. Managing up and down. So managing up and down, that's something I hadn't thought of. So this is, and then they list it out here as well. So this is kind of where I sometimes will come to just look and see, is anything in here going to give me some ideas? Managing up LinkedIn, managing up leadership. This is all some stuff that maybe I will use when I'm entering into my keyword explorer. And then a very similar tool, it's actually a plugin for Chrome. So if I go to google.com on here, you can see that when I type in managing up, I have what's known as the Keywords Everywhere plugin. You'll see this little logo here and see how I get some extra goodies in my searches. So it automatically populates this with some of the keyword trend data over time. So I know this phrase really picked up kind of in the last few years, in the last maybe since 2016 or 17. And then down here, it shows me a lot of related keywords and what people are also searching for. It used to show you the volume, but they started charging for that and I don't pay for it. But in any event, just managing up worksheet, there's a good idea. So this is where I might go to sometimes get some ideas for what to put into my keyword explorer. So let's go and do just that. So we're going to go ahead and enter managing up, managing definition, managing meaning. And again, what I'm doing now is I am sitting down here and kind of putting myself in the shoes of my client and their audience and thinking about, like, so if somebody was going to end up on a blog about managing up, what kind of stuff would they be looking for? So managing examples we saw on one of those websites I just showed you, managing down, let's try that and see if that's in there. Dealing with your boss, dealing with management. How about, well, let's put in office politics. I'm just curious to see. The more we can give it, dealing with a boss. Oh, we already have that in there. Let's try how to manage up. How to manage my boss. Okay, let's just have a look. We get our information back. Okay, I already like what I see. So managing up has 2.8 thousand searches a month. And it has a keyword density of 24, which for my client, based on how much content they already are ranking, based on their domain ranking, which is pretty solid based on the number of backlinks I have, 24 is not intimidating to me. So right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and give my client who is probably watching this video a good big thumbs up because you chose a keyword that is like already easy for me to target. Now, office politics did get 2.1 thousand. It has a little bit higher. I'm not going to go after that because it's really not that closely related. I was just kind of curious. And then we have managing down has 150, not very much. How to manage up has 350, a little bit more, a little bit harder difficulty, but those are two that I'll definitely be using in this article. So maybe we can go for them as well. But while we're here, let's just make sure that there's not some other words that we want to use. So let's see here. I'm going to start with matching terms. So that will take me to a list of keywords that match the order of words and the exact words chosen here. And let's go ahead. Yeah, so see, there's not a ton of volume. So we're pretty good here with this one. We kind of know what we want. We definitely want to go for managing up. We definitely want to go for how to manage up. Managing up book, interesting, maybe. When you see something like this, which of the following is an example of manage earnings up? Guess what's happening? People are Googling the answers to their tests, those sneaky little buggers. Okay, managing down, so we'll add that one too. Other than that, I'm not seeing what is managing up. We're getting down into the hundreds here. For this client that I'm working on, these really are not very enticing to me. The margin of error almost makes these not valuable. So I'm going to stick with managing up. I'm going to stick with how to manage up as my secondary keyword. And I'm going to add managing down as well. I'm guessing just managing, but let's go ahead and just take a deeper dive and see what our competition is up to with managing up. So when we click on this keyword, we get some goodies. We get to see that it's still 24, not terribly hard. And we get some other recommendations here, which we've already seen, so we don't need to know those. But this is what I really want to see. Who is my competition and what am I going to have to do to get up there with these big boys? So let's, or big people, I should say. Let's go and take a look. Okay, so this is one that I already read. This is number one, Culture Amp. I don't know anything about them. I'm guessing they probably have a decent domain rating. And, this article is pretty good. It's not bad. It's a little short. It doesn't have a ton of diversity. So right away, I'm starting to think like, okay, diversity. What could I do that would be more diverse than this? Well, I could get some images going in here. Maybe I can make a little video. I don't know, but something to make it a little bit more exciting because this is a little dry. No offense to whoever made it. I'm sure it's a wonderful article. Next, who do we have here? HBR, Harvard Business Review. Now that is going to be a very powerful, powerful, powerful website. Obviously Harvard. And, just this is a well-trusted website. So what have they got going on here? What everyone should know about, now look at this, 2015, and it's ranking the top 10. That to me makes me salivate because I'm like, oh, one of the top ranking articles about this. Sure, it's on a big domain, but it's over 5 years old. So some fresh content, might do the trick. Did we see when this one was made? 4-minute read. No date. Should always have a date. Okay, well, we don't know when this one was made. Maybe it was old too. But this one has a lot more going on. Well, actually not that much. There's no subheaders. This is just a plain old, boring old article. No offense. I mean, maybe it's not boring, but it's certainly not optimized for SEO, is it? Tiny Pulse, how are you doing? Now, here we have someone who's got a little bit more SEO going on. I can just tell by the way that they are using these headlines. This is a much longer article. Hello, June 10th, 2020. Somebody had the same idea as me not too long ago. Yeah, so we have a longer article here. I wonder how many words it is. I would guess it's probably a couple thousand maximum, maybe 1,500. Let's just have a look and see. So they use the phrase managing up 11 times. That's pretty good. Do they ever say managing down? No. Good. I'm going to. And that will put me in a bit of a different space than these people, give me something else to talk about. Okay. So yeah, this is the one that I already looked at. I really like this one, and this one's really recent. So this is going to be the tricky one. Like this is the one that says to me, somebody, really got pretty deep into the topic here, managing up. But again, it's pretty short. If I write a longer article and I can write about this topic, this is a big topic. I don't need to reach to be able to get a few thousand words out of this topic. I could maybe Idealist, they're big company, really well established. So it'll be tricky, but I'm going to do my best. And, this is just, I'm not going to go through all of these step by step, but basically what I'm seeing here is very much the same thing. I'm seeing articles that are in the 1,000 word range. I'm not seeing a lot of imagery. I'm not seeing a lot of video. I'm not seeing a lot of like any, quirky stuff, this one, here we go. These people have got it going on. Attendance bot has got it going on. Yeah, this is like a seriously SEO'd out article. Good for them. So here we have some competition, but again, there's room for 10 of us on this first page. So when you look at the top 10, you just have to think, can I beat out some of these people? And if the answer is yes, go for it. Try it out. What's the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to offer a piece of useful, intelligent content to your audience. Like it could be worse. Wall Street Journal, obviously going to have a spot in the top, and it's a more recent article. Very nice. Again, these are the big boys, the big players rather. I've just changed that phrasing. And what do we have here? The Muse. The Muse. They're so good. Again, not a surprise that they're here, but look, that's about half and half, right? I would say half of these articles that are on the front page are really good. They're going to be hard for me to knock out. They're going to be hard for me to rank with. But if I write a longer article, if I suggest to my client, can we do some more imagery? Can we do some more video? Can we do something else to mix this up? If I come up with a section that's not on these other articles about like managing down and what does that mean, there's a good chance that my client will rank because of me doing this research. So I'm going to go ahead and email this video to my client right now so that they can tell me, hopefully, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Let's go for it. And maybe we'll check in again in like 6 months and see if I managed to get my client on the first page. That would be pretty cool to check in on. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about doing keyword research or you need help with your keyword research, certainly you know how to reach me. You can visit inkwellcontent.com right down here. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can send me an email. You can just go over to my website and contact me there. It's pretty hard to miss me. And definitely come follow me on LinkedIn too. I think that's everything. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.